I've never seen so many beautiful flowers in one place. And it's so amazing, colorful, and exciting actually to be in this area of all these different flowers. This is the Flower Dome in Garden by the Bay. It's in Singapore. And, you know, during this week here of this whole immersion and talking about change and leadership and all the things that we're seeing in leaders. And, something we were discussing that if you have, a very strict environment, what might be some of the pros and cons of that environment. And, though the leaders, initially would have maybe put a lot of rules, regulation, consequences to get their country to this state. And some may not agree with the approaches, some may. And sometimes I wonder what if this is what is needed in that moment, in that time. Maybe that's the structure that was needed to bring the change that is, we're experiencing or enjoying pretty much right now. But just it's something to think about. Yes, it also had its consequences, as we were discussing. When you put certain stringent rules and regulation in place, it also causes, people to not want to open their mouths. You might have people don't share their ideas anymore. And, there are certain behavior patterns that start to emerge emerge into something different. But what if that is what was needed? So every decision, it has a consequences, it has something that will come with it, and it also have a gain. But what if sometimes I think back in our nation back home in Ghana that what is needed right now to bring a change? And you have a strict environment. Yes, you have order and you have everything, line up, and you have a more cleaner environment. You have things in a organized way and everything, and that's good. And then you may have a nation that with people who don't object to things, people who just go along, and you will wonder. And then the other flip side of it is that if you have a nation too where you're trying to please everybody and nobody wants to follow rules and regulation anymore, what does that also breed? So sometimes I know being a leader is very hard and making certain decisions are very hard in certain times, but sometimes we do need to think about in this time what is needed. In this time, what is the change that is going to be required for you to be able to be effective, to make things happen, to bring the change that we all want to see. So just think about it. There is no perfect and right answer to anything right now, but what is needed in this moment? Well, what is required? And are we willing? Do we have leaders who is actually courageous, who is going to stand up, who is going to bring that change despite they're going to be blasted, despite people might not like them for the decisions that they'll make. But what if that is what is needed? What if, that is what is required in this moment here to bring the change? So just think about it. Sometimes you might be in an organization and you may not agree with what might be happening, but what if that is what is required right now? So just few things to think about, and remember that every decision do have a consequence and it have a reward. And are we willing to count the cost of the decision? So share your thoughts. Love to hear your opinion too and what you might be thinking along the line of this. But do enjoy the beauty also that I am seeing here. And this is what I would say a garden should look like. And, you know, you can go and experience all this beauty and a scene that helps you to, see God's creation in real and not fake per se. But I do enjoy seeing this here, something totally different from what I would have experienced. Take care and see you in the next video.